Hey, how's it going? In this video, we're going to go over how Dr. Squatch cleared over $100 million in 2022, how they're scaling in 2023 through website optimizations, Amazon, paid ads, organic social, email, SMS, everything. We're going to go through it all in this video, so stay tuned for that. By the way, my name's Peter. Let's hop right in. First, we're going to run through their website. So keep in mind, two notes here. Number one, Dr. Squatch already has brand authority. So that website's goal when you are a new brand under $1 million a year, your website goal is to make as much authority as possible, to create as much authority as you possibly can. So to create trust, and then to get as many new customers as you can for as affordably as possible. That's literally your goal from $0 to $1 million a year as an e-com brand. At this point, they have brand authority, so their goals have shifted from getting as many new customers as they possibly can, right? Which the way you get new customers is different than how you retain and get old customers to buy more, right? So for them at this point, it's more about getting old customers to buy more than it is to get tons of new customers in, if that makes sense. Of course, new customers are important and that's still a goal. But for them, because they've had so many purchases in the last few years, it's just about squeezing more and increasing LTV since they're now at over $100 million a year, right? So when you're at over $100 million, it's about introducing new products, and it's about increasing lifetime value of your existing customers, right? But right when we land on the page, there's a few things to take note of. Big header, very simple call to actions, right? So get started is going to put us into a little bundle subscribe funnel, which is their main goal, right? Again, their goal is ideally to get us to buy a bundle of products and then get us on a subscription. And then what we get is a little discount, specifically 30% off. They also know that most people are here for the bar soap. So they're going to put that there as well. And so you can just buy 1 or 2 bits of bar soap. Cool. But ultimately on the homepage, header, clean product photography, and then that little caption, right? Their main things. We'll go through this in a second, but Dr. Squatch only uses 3 main ideas to sell their product, and they have used these same 3 ideas for the last 4 years. So they only have 3 unique selling propositions that they talk about in all their ads, in all of their marketing, and then on all of their website pages. And so they only have 3 things, and we'll walk through those in a second here. But this pretty much summarizes it. Feel like a man, smell like a champion, natural ingredients, manly scents. So we already see 2 of them, manly and natural. Those are 2 of their USPs, and there's one more, which we'll go over here in a second, right? So again, very simple. Your site should look just like this, no matter who you are. Clean headline, some call to actions, ideally just 1, and then clean background, right? On their US site, they also have this nice little UGC section. So these UGC sections are doing extraordinarily well. Why? Because a lot of people view your site on mobile. People like watching short videos. And so you can just get people to get nurtured through your best content on your site. So if you have good performing UGC content, vertical video content, throw it on your site, have it scroll through, and people will watch and get nurtured by that content. Great, then we go through bestsellers. Again, bestsellers button, key, definitely have that on your site, and then some of their main product categories. Same thing. Now here are their 3 USPs. And these 3 concepts will literally be all their ads talk about, all their marketing material talks about only these 3 things and nothing else. They purely focus on 3 unique selling propositions. So this is an important point because a lot of brands talk about all this different stuff, like a billion different things, all these ideas, all these concepts. Your ads are always talking about different things. It's just a mess. You have all these ideas out in the ether. Ideally, you want people to associate your brand with 2 to 3 unique concepts, ideas, whatever you want to call them, taglines, whatever, just 3 unique selling propositions or unique sales arguments. And for Dr. Squatch, their main one, one of them is going to be no harmful ingredients. So natural ingredients, non-harmful, no chemicals, etc. Everything that falls under that category of no harmful ingredients. The next thing is manly. It's for men. Manly scents designed to avoid estrogenics and made to meet the specific demands of men everywhere. And then get dirty, stay clean, experience a wilderness-inspired adventure, which basically means it smells good. It smells like nature. That will have you coming up with excuses to get dirty. So it cleans well and it smells good, basically, and it's nature inspired. So these are the 3 main points. And as we go through ads, you'll see these represented in every single ad and really nothing else. Okay. So with your brand, I would highly recommend you narrowing down your messaging to 3 main concepts that you want people to associate with your brand so they actually remember you and so you actually stand out. If you stand for everything, you stand for nothing, right? So Then we go into bundles. Again, their main goal is going to be bundles. This call to action is the same as this call to action. It's just different words, but they lead you to the same place. Cool. So again, doing different, having different call to action bits of text, but leading you to the same place is good, because if people don't click on the first one, maybe try using a different one to get them to actually take action. So we do that on our site. We have different call to actions that actually lead you to the same place, just in case those words, the organization of words didn't get you to actually click. Cool. Then of course, bestsellers, we can scroll through, really simple. Now we have some of their service features, right? So we talk about the subscribe and save, trying to convince you to do that. Again, their goal is subscriptions and bundles. Again, this is pretty much the same call to action, I believe, as the other one. Yep. So see how this led us into this page. This button will also lead us to that page. And this button will also lead us to that page. So 3 buttons, all different, or sorry, not that one, just those 2. So yeah, 2 buttons, different text, all going to the same page. And then of course the bundle button just leading us to bundles, right? So that's all it is. And then of course we have the mission section. We have the review section. So key, most brands are already doing this, but it's good to have your mission on your page. It's good to have reviews, right? And then of course, your trusted by logos they still have. So back in the day, right, before they had brand authority, before everyone knew who they were, these logos were probably right at the top of the site. And many e-com brands under $1 million or around the $1 to $10 million mark should still have authority building pieces like this near the top of their site. But when you get to that 100 million, 50 million, 25 million mark a year, you don't need that there, right? You already have brand authority. It's just good to remind people as they scroll down. Cool. So yeah, let's go through this site more. So let's go through the main section, which is the subscribe section. And that's, again, the same thing. If you click get started and subscribe, it's the same page. And this is their main goal. This funnel right here is this is their bread and butter. So basically you just build out a collection of products, and then, right, the more you buy, the more you save, but the more you buy, the more you spend, right? Same kind of thing. And it's also subscription based. So they want you to bundle. So they want you to bundle and get a subscription. So let's just go through it. Let's just add a couple products, maybe some soaps, maybe add a deodorant, right? So I know you're thinking, you're like, this isn't for us. Just keep in mind again that Dr. Squatch's goal is to increase LTV as much as possible. So they want to increase lifetime value. They're trying to increase the amount people buy throughout their lifetime, and also AOV. If you're focusing on getting new customers, doing a bundle like this can work, but this is more focused around LTV and AOV increases, right? And so this is how Dr. Squatch gets from probably where they're at now. I'm guessing 200 million. This is how they get from 200 million, I'm guessing, to 300-400 million if they're not there yet. So it's going to be, the way they get there is through increasing LTV and AOV. That's how they're going to do it, right? But for your brand, again, you're probably more focused on getting new customers more cheaply. So the structure for this is different. It's going to be more single product incentives to just try to get people in the door and get people hooked, versus trying to get people to buy as much as possible on their visit. So again, just keep this all in mind. What's good to know is they go in order from most aware product to least aware. So right, bar soaps are their cornerstone product. So they start with that. Then they go to deodorant, which is their second most popular product. And then the hair care, which is their third. And then of course, more products, which is who even knew they had toothpaste, right? Super random. What's even funnier is they have a night and a morning toothpaste, which I'm sure they just do to increase AOV, because I don't think any dentists say you need different toothpaste for different times of the day, right? So it's quite funny. But again, that's their goal, is AOV increase. So they do it in order of most known to least known, and then ultimately they'll just put you in checkout, right? So if we just keep adding products and get our little add-ons here, we'll just see what their cart section looks like. So they're actually just going to throw us right into the checkout page, and then it's just going to want us to check out as quick as we possibly can. And so they're not going to play around with us. They're not going to really try to get us to add on anything else. They're just going to try to get us to buy, right? They're just going to try to get us to purchase as quick as possible. So that's going to be the main goal, is just getting us to purchase, right? So yeah, very simple. That's the main goal of their site, is to get us to do that purchase option there. Cool. So there's a few other sections on this site as well that are really key to notice. So if we don't go through the subscribe and bundle option, we just end up with a cart that has a free shipping lockout. So again, Their goal is AOV at this point. So their free shipping has a pretty high threshold. Again, back in the day, I don't think they actually had that high of a free shipping threshold. I don't think it was as high as it is now. So again, if you're a newer brand, you shouldn't have as high as a free shipping threshold. Your goal is just to get as many new customers as cheaply as possible. Their goal is to increase LTV and AOV. So they have a free shipping threshold to incentivize that. Some little cross sells here, very simple. So if we just add in some random products, you'll see that we start to fill up the threshold. So let's just say we just get a couple of these things, and then we go to checkout. You'll see that their checkout's very simple. There's a trend a while ago where people's Shopify checkouts were absolutely crazy. Nowadays, it's good to keep it simple. They really only have two things special about their checkout. Number one is a satisfaction guarantee. Really great to put on your checkout, put your guarantee right there. Really easy tip to reduce abandoned carts and increase conversion. And the other thing they do is they have little cross sells, like they'll just recommend little products. So you can just add a little something to the order, kind of based off what's popular. And they'll even add in like little incentives and things like that. So this little section's clean, doesn't add too much friction, and then the satisfaction guarantees clean and doesn't add too much friction, right? And if we just continue to check out, again, you'll notice that there's not much friction. They're not trying to like upsell us like crazy here. It's just pretty tasteful, and of course with the guarantee. So I'd recommend doing something similar no matter what stage of your business, no matter what stage your business is in, okay? Sweet. So those are kind of the two checkout sections, the subscribe bundle and then just the normal checkout. There's a few other sections on this site. The bundle section, which is a little chaotic. It's just basically all their products. And of course, they're focusing on subscriptions. So you just add on your little subscribe and save option. You can just select a bunch of different products. They also organize products by scent, which makes perfect sense for them. Again, your goal is to make it as easy as possible for people to buy more and not feel bad about it. So organizing products based off scent, organizing products based off of benefit is always really good to do, right? And so we can just continue adding things to cart in this bundle option. And what's also interesting is there's some products they don't even mention in their subscribe and save option. So as you can see, they very much kind of figured out what products are going to be the most effective to have in their subscribe bundle section, okay? And then of course we can just see all their products here, and all of their like collections and collabs, of course. Cool. What's also interesting about Dr.Squatch is they push their Amazon hard. My guess is when they added an Amazon as a channel, they probably doubled their business. So Amazon is a huge channel, even though it takes a good chunk of your sales. It's kind of a necessary evil at this point. If you want to double your business, you could probably just go on Amazon and do that. So yeah, whenever you feel ready, that's what I would recommend. We've thrown brands on Amazon before, and they do, like literally everyone does well if their product is good and works like it says it does. So I would recommend it, and they actually promote people to go to their Amazon because that's how effective it is, okay? You'll also notice on the site they feature the rewards in the top section here. So of course, if you have a product that people buy often, so clothing, often jewelry, of course personal care products, food products, absolutely create a reward section, right? It just gets people to buy more often. So it's just a no-brainer, and they keep their menu simple here, just rewards, subscribe, bundles, and then all their products, right? So it's a really, really smart way to keep it simple, but have all the highest value call to actions basically in one place, right? And then of course we have the little take a quiz section. They definitely send traffic to this from like TikTok and some other channels, again, just to get people to buy products and to kind of get a good fit for them. So we also recommend quizzes for most brands. If you have a lot of SKUs, even for clothing brands, doing little quizzes can be a fun, engaging way to get people to buy more and to even buy in the first place and increase conversion. So we definitely recommend that as well. Cool. So that basically covers the site. The only other thing on the site is basically just the why section. So they have a little section on the why, which I really like. They just go through their story. Again, their three main things, which is like all natural ingredients, formulated for men, and of course like natural smelling and effective, like literally the same three ideas. And then of course their guarantee, and then they have a section on like each of their USPs. So again, natural products, no harmful ingredients, formulated for men, the same couple things, right? So this is a really good why section. You always want to educate your customers on like the why, like why you do what you do, the mission, how you're achieving that mission, and then like who it's for and like what you do exactly, right? So they do that very much here, like why they do what they do, how they're doing it, who it's for, and like what it actually is, right? So again, having a section like this is very good, and you can actually send people in your middle funnel ads and your bottom of funnel ads who have added a cart and dropped off, or maybe just haven't purchased yet, or or who haven't even purchased in a while. Send them to your mission section like this, and oftentimes people will actually convert through it because it just creates kind of an emotional and personal connection, so they feel more connected with the brand. So you can actually use pages like this to convert people, middle and bottom of funnel, which is quite cool. Okay, so that covers the site for the most part. On mobile, it's actually very much the same. The only main difference that you'll find on the mobile site compared to the normal website is you just get the little chat option that gives you the pop-up. Of course, on the site, it doesn't really give you the pop-up as much. And then you have this little slider here with some of their main products: subscribe, bundles, 2-day shipping. You just have some of their main products for quick access, right? So that's really the only difference, but everything else is the same. Great product photography, pretty clean layout, not too many call to actions, and then very focused on their business goals, which again is AOV increase and LTV increase. Cool. All right, let's hop into some ads. So for their ads, as I mentioned before, they are focusing on those 3 main USPs: natural ingredients, no harsh chemicals, which is, I kind of consider the same one, inspired by natural, good smelling / effective, and then of course makes you manly. It's for men, right? And so in all these, what you'll notice is the copy is basically the same: manly, natural, right? Let's look at another one. They also do a lot of reviews, ingredients, right? All this good stuff. So they basically, when they're talking about the brand, they'll focus on the USPs, and the reviews just kind of focus on whatever. But you'll always see that from their brand voice, they focus on those main 3 things, right? So we see a lot of reviews. So reviews are always great to put in your ad copy and just have nothing else. We do that very, very often. 5 fresh scents, right? Natural, manly, fat satisfaction guarantee, right? Super simple to read, easy to see, good for their target market. Same kind of thing here, right? So doing just a little emoji, having the main features and benefits, always effective, right? Some more reviews, same thing, features and benefits, little emojis to catch your attention, features and benefits, right? So it's always the same stuff. They basically have 3 different kinds of copy, which is like the features and benefits stack, a little offer, a customer review / testimonial, bit of copy, and then other than that, it's just going to be kind of combinations of both, right? So same thing, features, benefits, quote, like literally 2 kinds of copy. And then when they're talking about the brand, it's always going to be manly, natural, good for you. It's all the same 3 USPs. Cool. So let's watch just a couple of their pieces of content. What you'll notice is pretty much all the ads they're running are going to be like reels or stories or just in-feed placements that are videos. So they focus primarily on video. Middle and bottom of funnel, they definitely have some like product carousels and things like that. But a lot of this stuff is going to be video based, right? So video for top of funnel is amazing. Middle funnel, even bottom of funnel, is great. Throw in some product carousels and catalogs, and yeah, you're off to the races. And I think I just saw some more static images here. Yeah, so here's a few static images, just kind of breaking down some of the products, right? All that good stuff. But let's go to kind of their bread and butter, which is their UGC content. So again, think of their 3 main USPs when we watch this content.
Aluminum, which traps toxins in your body
right?
over time,
natural,
and can lead to blocked pores and
better
rashes.
For you.
Phthalates, which can damage the liver.
Antifreeze? What the
It just feels really good to know that I'm putting natural ingredients in my body.
Order your first scent today with 100% money back guarantee.
Little call to action, super simple. And then again, clean, high production call to action at the end. So what you'll see in a lot of their ads, again, is all going to be talking about being more manly, being better for you, being natural, smelling good and working. Literally all they talk about in 100 different ways. But you'll also see it's a mix of UGC content and higher production content. And the end is almost always a higher production call to action. And that's definitely what I would say is working for most brands in general. So let's watch another one here.
These are 3 chemicals that you don't want anywhere near your skin.
Same thing, right? They're just talking about the competitors. It's better for you. It's natural. Same thing. Let's watch another one.
This is what every girl wants her man to smell like.
Right. Now we're talking about being manly. That's their, I think their second or third USP. I forget. There's not really an order, but that's one of their 3 USPs, being manly. And this whole video just goes on about some of the features and benefits, but ultimately how it makes you more manly and how it's natural. And then, of course, what do we see at the end? We'll skip right to it.
That's it. I'm coming over just to shower.
Boom. High end. Call to action. Again,
This is
higher
what-
production, right? With the UGC as an intro. We can watch any of these. They pretty much all follow that same format,
So what kind of man are you?
right? Same thing. What kind of man are you, right? It's all about being manly, natural, better for you. It's the same stuff. It's the same message, right?
Body wash, it's full of toxic.
Right? So when you really hone in on those 3 USPs for your brand, your 3 unique selling propositions, you just have to go hard with them and find every creative variation to communicate that idea with your audience, and you will do well. And that's all Dr. Squatch does here. We can click on literally any of their videos, and all 3, or at least one of those USPs will be there.
Somebody might need to send some help. I would literally.
Right? It's about being, look at this. It's like about being the man, right? Smells good, natural. There it is. It doesn't smell synthetic. It's the same couple ideas, right? So you have to create these key ideas that people associate with your brand, right? This one, again, even though it's a static image, it's about being a man, right? All the same stuff.
Oh my god! No.
Right? Being a man. It's just like, it's over and over and over and over again. Cool. And you'll see again that their headlines, 100% money back guarantee, moisturize like a man, 3,000 men, manly, natural, all the same stuff. A little offer here and there, but overall very, very simple. Nothing that you can't do yourself, okay? So I hope this kind of elucidates like what's working. It's a keen focus on a couple ideas, but being creative about how those ideas are communicated. And then just keeping it simple when it comes to copy and headlines. And one very interesting thing about Dr. Squatch is actually, they talk about this in a couple interviews with the founder, is that, you know, they are a natural product brand that's basically sold at like Whole Foods body sections, at like natural body stores, natural body shop sections. And one interesting thing about Dr. Squatch is when the company was starting, they're actually going after a market that's never really been introduced to this product. And what I mean is, like, cold pressed soap is nothing new. The founder talked about how, you know, their target market isn't the people shopping in the Whole Foods body section, in the body care section, or at natural stores that sell natural body products. Even though their product is literally the same kind of thing that's sold at like natural body product shops or like the Whole Foods body care section, their target market wasn't there. And their target market is kind of that more rural, suburban, kind of middle class, younger guy, right? That's who they're targeting. So everything's going to be focused around that kind of rural, middle class, younger male. That's who they're going after, right? And that guy traditionally never bought natural soap because he didn't really care. He thought it was expensive. He thought it was for hippies. He didn't think it's cool. But Dr. Squatch was like, hey, no, it's manly, it's natural, and being natural is cool, and the rest of the stuff is bad for you, and that's not manly, right? And being funny with that and being creative with that. So that's how they actually got kind of rural, middle class, younger men to actually buy natural products that have been in Whole Foods sections getting bought by yoga moms for years, right? So that's the interesting thing about Dr. Squatch, is they took a existing product essentially and then dove into an entire new market segment just by creating a brand around it. And that's really the power of branding and the power of the marketing that they do, and focusing on those 3 unique selling propositions. So they got basically farm boys in the Midwest to buy natural soap versus Old Spice or Axe, simply due to their branding and marketing, versus yoga moms or yoga dads, Lululemon dads at the Whole Foods body care section, right? So that's kind of the interesting case of Dr. Squatch. Cool. So I think that really covers their ads. And honestly, their TikToks are pretty much the same. The only difference with their TikTok strategy from their TikTok ad strategy from their Instagram strategy is they just do a bit more product seeding. So on Instagram and TikTok, they send product to tons of people. Some are paid, some aren't, but they send a ton of product out and get people to make videos about them and post them, just creating that brand awareness. But usually all these videos are going to be focusing, again, more on the same things: the manliness, the smells good, natural, good for you. It's going to be focusing mostly on those factors.
Oh my god. How is this legal? This is the hottest soap. Ever.
right? So being a man, being manly, right? All this stuff, being natural. All these creators are making content around those same kind of concepts, right? And then their TikTok itself is mostly going to be UGC content, but they do some higher production edits where they do promote their brand, their story, all that kind of thing, doing story-based content, doing more skit, more comedy-based content, doing seasonal content. They do everything and they just throw it out there. Instagram's the same way, but on Instagram, I would say their reels definitely lean more on the higher production end, and that their posts also tend to lean a little bit more on the produced end. And for their static images, they do produce a lot of memes. So again, their target market likes memes, so they produce memes. Very simple. So you'll see a lot more of that kind of thing on their Instagram as well. Cool. And when it comes to email, let's run through some email stuff real quick. So their emails are really good. It's going to be high quality product photography, pretty simple emails, usually 1 to 2 call to actions, often with a sale or incentive, right? So for this particular one, it's going to be a lotion promotion with an offer, and then just kind of breaking down some of the product features. And then just shop now, right? 2 shop now call to actions. Same kind of thing for this abandoned cart email. So, abandoned cart for the toothpaste, right? So there's the product, got that nice little header there, and then also trying to push that subscription, right? So giving that subscription incentive. Again, we have our little call to action to recover cart or subscribe, and of course that satisfaction guarantee to get people to actually take action. Same thing with this. Again, little offer. Same kind of email, same kind of thing, right? It's all the same stuff, high quality imagery. They do a lot of offers, and then usually it's like one very straightforward call to action. So yeah, nothing too crazy there, standard stuff, but it's effective, right? And a lot of their emails are going to be a bit more brand building focused. They are going to be a bit more like fun, like this Happy New Year email. Again, they want to just make sure that people are having a good time, that they're being nurtured, and they're not always selling, okay? So yeah, a lot of their emails are going to have this same sort of structure. Very simple, 1 call to action, a couple of unique phrases, little offer, and a little click through. So very straightforward there. SMS is the same way, right? It's just going to be a bit more entertaining, a little more engaging. Product drops, they'll do little 24-hour deals, using scarcity, urgency, and mystery to get people to actually to click through. So they'll do stuff all the time like this. They'll do little giveaways, little raffle type things as well. Little abandoned cart messages, new product drops, sale drops, all that kind of thing will go out to SMS. So again, yeah, pretty simple stuff there. Cool. All right, so I think that about covers it. The last one I would say here is that their Amazon, of course, is very key to their business, and they're pushing it hard. So on their Amazon page, again, we have their video sales letter.
This is Dr.Squatch soap. The men love our soap because it makes their skin feel less.
Right. So we're just talking about the 3 main USPs. The main thing you'll notice on Amazon is, again, it's the same 3 USPs: the natural, the manly, the good smelling, effective, from nature kind of stuff. But all their products are going to be more bundle focused, and they're going to be trying to sell as much product as possible. So yeah, same kind of thing on Amazon. You can't really just get one soap for the most part. You have to buy a pack. Again, they have to make it worth it. They want those high AOVs, and so everything's going to be at least like $30 for the most part. But Amazon is a key part of their strategy, and I would not be surprised if they're making more off Amazon at this point. But I'm sure they're also pushing a lot of they're pushing a lot of their subscriptions, of course, on here. So I think it's working quite well. Amazon, of course, also recently introduced posts. They have not started on those yet, but I'm sure they will. Basically, more of like a social aspect to the Amazon, like the Amazon Marketplace shops. So I'm sure they're gonna be putting content on there soon. And of course, they do a bunch of collabs, just trying to get their things that their target market is already interested in, trying to get collabs with those things, and then pushing them to buy more, right? So very, very simple. Of course, their YouTube is really where it all began, right? So they had a couple of viral ads in the early days. 119 million views is pretty insane for a viral ad. Like there's really nothing else like it. That's a lot of views. Of course, they put over 7 figures, or I think like close to 8 figures in their ads when it comes to the YouTube side. So again, it's very key to note that, of course, without YouTube ads, they would not be where they are today. But if you watch this video, it's the same kind of stuff. They talk about this couple USPs, right? And you can even read it here. It's about being manly, right? And then it's like, why? Natural ingredients, better for you, right? And then just customer reviews. So if you look at their ad, it's the same thing. It's being entertaining and funny while it does it, but all it is talking about is how it's a manly product, how it's natural and better for you, and then just trying to get that emotional and logical appeal with an offer and social proof. So that's all it is, and that's how the ad did so well. It has to be entertaining to keep you watching, and then of course you have to get those 3 main USPs across to get people to buy, right? So that's why it was just so effective. What are the takeaways from Dr. Squatch? First of all, take it with a grain of salt because, again, brands at this stage, hundreds of million, it's AOV and LTV. That's the goal. It's not about new customer acquisition. If you're under 10 million or in the like 5 to 10 million range, it's going to be a bit more about acquiring new customers until you saturate your market, and until you saturate your TAM. So for you, it might be a little bit different, but a lot of the key learnings are still the same. Focus on 3 USPs. Focus on like 3 core unique selling propositions or concepts that you want people to associate with your brand. Because again, if you focus on saying everything, you're saying nothing. You have to focus on a couple main messages, and that's it, nothing else, okay? So as with Dr. Squatch, you'll see all their ads, everything, their site, everything talks about the same 3 things. That's the biggest takeaway from Dr. Squatch. Other than that, what's doing well right now in terms of ads is gonna be short, vertical video formatted content, UGC mashups with voice overlay, quick cuts, a bunch of different videos, higher production, and a lot of UGC, ending with a high production call to action, and then usually starting with a UGC hook or intro. That's the structure for a good ad, and then creatively communicating your 3 USPs throughout the video. That's literally all they're doing in all their ads. Of course, bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, they do some product carousels, more like just sales and offer focused. But for the most part, that's what their top of funnel creatives look like, UGC, high production mashup. Then copy, keep it simple. Just do little emojis with some of your key product benefits, some of your key offers. Keep it simple like Dr. Squatch. That's literally what's working for pretty much every brand. Focus on rewards programs, focus on bundles, even if you're still trying to get more customers in the door, focus on subscriptions, all that kind of thing. That's what's really going to scale you in the long run. So yeah, all those main things. Keep the site simple and ultimately optimize the site for whatever your main objectives are, okay? So I hope this video helps. I hope this provides you some insights on like what's working right now, especially on the ad front and kind of the concepts behind the 3 USP formula. But other than that, I will see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.